Ladies and gentlemen, I am Master Sergeant Marquetta Wines from the 65th Air Base Squadron, and I'll be the narrator for today's ceremony. Before we begin, please silence all electronic devices to include your smartwatches. Throughout the ceremony, I will cue the room to stand and be seated at appropriate times. During the singing of the national anthems, military members will stand at attention, and civilian personnel should place their right hand over their heart. The ceremony will begin shortly. Thank you. Welcome to today's ceremony in honor of Senior Master Sergeant York on the occasion of his promotion to Chief Master Sergeant. The presiding officer for today's ceremony is the commander of 65th Air Base Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Andrew Standiford. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party, the playing of the Portuguese and American national anthems, and the invocation by Chaplain West.
If you'd like, please pray with me. Almighty God, it is with grateful hearts that we pause this day to thank you for the faithful service of Chief Master Sergeant Derek York. We thank you for the contributions he has made, for his loyalty to his airmen, and for his willingness to share this experience with all of us. Today we celebrate a career of excellence, selfless service, and integrity, as well as hard work and risk. As it was written long ago in Ecclesiastes, the race is not to the swift or the battle to the strong, nor does food come to the wise or wealth to the brilliant or favor to the learned, but time and chance happen to them all. This day we thank you for the time Chief York has been given and for the chances that he's been afforded. We're also grateful for the influence and the support of his family, friends, and mentors, and we ask a special blessing on them today as they share in the joy of his promotion. As Chief turns to a new chapter in his life as a senior NCO and as a leader, we ask that you grant him wisdom and strengthen his resolve. May you help him to continue to lead with humility and honor. We also ask that you'd give him favor with those in authority over him, and that you'd continue to mold him into a leader that his airmen are excited to follow. May you bless the chief and his family with peace, joy, and happiness all the days of their lives. And may you continue to bless the United States Air Force and our great nations. In your holy name, Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain West. Please be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize our distinguished visitors in attendance today. Spouse of our honoree, Ms. Jandrea York. Commander, 65th Air Base Group, Colonel Brian Hartman and his wife, Sherry. Senior Enlisted Leader, 65th Air Base Group, Chief Master Sergeant Matt Pease and his wife, Kirsty, in her absence. We would also like to extend a special welcome to all commanders, senior enlisted leaders, the first sergeant, our Team Lajes family, and all family and friends in virtual attendance. It's an honor to have you here today. It is now my pleasure to invite Lieutenant Colonel Stanley to share his remarks.
Okay. So he told me I had to keep this less than the Portuguese and American national anthem put together. So I'll try to hit it, but I don't think I'm going to come close. It's funny how we got to this point. Standing up here, it seems like it's been a foregone conclusion since I met you back in March. It's Chief York, but I like to affectionately call you as my Senior Chief York. So I'm trying to petition to get that rank put into the military, and it's going to be a hard thing to break yelling Senior Chief from around the corner there. So, but this is a great day. I'm honored to be a part of it, and thanking you for giving me this opportunity. So a few things we're going to talk about here, just focus on is really what Chief York stands for, and that's the people, and that's his family, and the troops that he serves, as well as taking care of the people and just being there and present. And it starts with his family. So don't get mad at me. I've been told I've been cleared to do this. So rah. Thank you for giving, for allowing us to have your husband. See, I was cleared. Don't hold it against me. I asked, I was like, Senior Chief, give me some stuff about you. Where are you from? Where you grew up, all this stuff. And he was like, no, boss, just get up there and say, hey, congratulations, job well done, and move off. And I was like, no, give me some more. So the more we dig in, he starts giving something. It took him about 2 weeks to give me 2 paragraphs and an email. So we're still working on it. But, as we look at it, rah, best friends for 14 years. Okay, so that connection, his words, not mine, phone stalking. And then, but you build that relationship over time. And again, another thing, it's that relationship. It's that taking care of people. He takes the time, gets to know them, cultivates that relationship. And after 14 years, here you are 14 months into your marriage. So, thank you for sharing him with us. I cannot ask for a better SEL and truly a mentor when it comes to doing what I do as a commander for Enlisted. So, again, thank you for sharing him with you. And then to your daughter, hopefully you get to watch this. I know you're back in Alaska, but Senya, again, thank you for sharing your father through all these years, and again, letting us have that opportunity for him to take care and lead people. We truly appreciate that. So I won't go into the full litany of details because we'd be here for hours talking about what Chief York has done throughout his career. But, he entered prior to 2001. So, again, our world changed in 2001. He took that, came in kicking and screaming, well, not kicking and screaming, but against his guidance counselor's better judgment. So she was really pressuring him to go to college, and he was like, I am done with school. I want to join the military. So, 2000, he raised his hand and he took that oath to join our service. Originally, he was going to go to SATCOM, do some comm work, but impatient a little bit, just said, no, I need to go now. So he went open and he became a defender. So the first 6 years of his career, leading that defender life, from Robbins to Korea to Charleston and, was it 50 cal? He said, I loved it. He goes, a great appreciation and that base for, again, taking care of people and leading them. So But 6 years he had to go back to comm. So he made that transition back to, what do they say, client systems, okay? And has been there ever since. Through McDill, Thule, Ramstein, Patrick, let's see, Elmendorf, and then finally here to Lajes. If you go back and you can read all of his, so many EPRs, I couldn't even see straight after reading through all of them. Again, the thing that you see most is he's there for his people. He's leading them. He's putting them first. And more importantly, he does it with humility. He doesn't ask for any praise or attention. He's just that guy in the background taking care of his people. One Alliance is responsible for 4 members of, winning major Air Force and MAGCOM level awards, driving factor in there, putting his people first. And I know truly in the 65th, and I know you've done it everywhere, but the people come first for you. And that is what we're here for. As we get through and read everything, you have your values and your priority, and you don't waver from that. And that is your God, your family, and your country. I remember you said when we met in Germany, and he was like, I'm here for the people. My time in the uniform and progression, that's not important. I want to make sure we get it right for the members of our squadron and for the Air Force as a whole. And the Air Force is recognizing that, and that's why we're here standing up here today to put that stripe on your shoulder. So I'll close in this. Something that I remember you saying in Germany as well, and then you wrote it again. But again, taking care of people, and I keep repeating that, but that's truly one of the things that we cannot say enough about you. But a simple smile and a thank you go a long way. So and that is true, and it doesn't matter if it's in this uniform or in the next life. People is our best commodity, and what you do best is you take care of our people, and we cannot thank you enough. So I know I went longer than the 2 national anthems, but again, it's important to realize and recognize all the hard work that you've done to get here and to get that stripe put on your shoulder. So again, congratulations. Thank you for giving me this opportunity, and I can't wait to see what you do in the future. Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Colonel Stanford. From the early days of organized military life, certain enlisted men and women were selected to become leaders because of their courage, knowledge, and ability to motivate others to follow the military way of life. Those in the forefront become senior non-commissioned officers. Out of this group, the elite was selected to carry the banner for the entire enlisted corps because their qualities and strengths were tested and proved enduring. Laderick York has earned the right to be called chief. No one has given it to him. It is the result of hard work, loyal service, and distinctive accomplishments. Established by Congress in 1958, only 1% of the enlisted force may serve in the grade of Chief Master Sergeant, and their role has been clearly defined and dignified by those who have held this position of honor. A ceremony recognizing this advancement to the highest enlisted grade has been a long-standing tradition, and today's ceremony continues that legacy. Lieutenant Colonel Stanford, would you please return to your position at center stage? I should have told you to. I'm sorry.
It's going to happen.
Promoting to the rank of Chief Master Sergeant, effective 1 September 2022, Chief Master Sergeant Laderick R. York. Tacking on Chief Master Sergeant York's white stripes is his wife, Jandrea. Please come up, ma'am.
Have a moment.
Ooh, that man clean. Thank you. Chief Master, Chief Master Sergeant Pease, please come forward and administer the Chief's Creed.
Derek, raise your right hand. Chief Master Sergeants are individuals to be regarded as people who cannot be bought, whose word is their bond, who put character above wealth, who possess opinions and a will, who are larger than their vocations, who will not lose their individuality in a crowd, who do not hesitate to take chances, who will be honest in small things as in great ones, who will make no compromise with wrong, whose ambitions are not confined to their own selfish desires and interests, who are true to their friends through good report and evil report, and adversary, as well as prosperity, who do not believe that shrewdness, cunning, and hard-headedness are the best qualities for winning success, who are not ashamed or afraid to stand for their truth when it is unpopular, who can say no with emphasis, although all the world is saying yes. Do you accept this charge?
I do.
That's fantastic. Put your hands together. Chief York, I couldn't be happier for you and John. Man, I can't speak right now. Jandrea. Thank you, Jandrea. Then I'm Rara. So I could do that too? Okay. Then I am right now. I'm thrilled that you guys get to stand side by side during this, right? Because this truly is a family business. Chief, may I escort your wife off the stage?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Chief Master Sergeant Ladder York.
Thank you so much. As I have something for my beautiful wife. We wanted to find lilies, calla lilies to be exact, but they don't have them. But we what's your favorite color? Which is yellow, which is bright and it lights up anything. Like you light up my life, like lit me up for the past 14 years. And I just want to say I love you and giving up my appreciation just for saying yes. So, man, wow, we made it. we made it. First, as Colonel Stanford was saying, my values was faith, family, and country. So I can't even begin to speak without saying I give honor and thanks to God. Because without him, if you knew me when I was an A1C senior airman, it's only by his grace that I'm here. So I have to give honor to him and say thank you for keeping me and preserving me and then trusting in me to do what he's asking me to do with this strike. I like to give thanks to Colonel Hartman and his wife for being in attendance and taking the time to come out to celebrate my wife, this momentous occasion. To Chief Pease, I know you since Charleston, right? When I heard that you were the group SEL here, I was like, man, throwback Lajes, right? And it's been a pleasure to work for and with you again. Colonel Stanford, I told you when we were sitting beside each other in Germany that you were going to be the one that was going to be doing this. I couldn't have asked for a better person to speak about me, and on my behalf for me at this time. So I really appreciate you taking the time out to come out, even though, hey, to Sergeant Chocho texted that I call it QC2, Q Chocho, right? Thank you for everything, for allowing me to be a mentor, and for you mentoring me, and a prophet. It wouldn't have been a better person that I would have had to have hand off, my promotion stripes to my wife to give to me, to Sergeant Q, to Wines. You just keep me on my toes all the time. But thanks for setting this up and also narrating it. And I do appreciate all that you bring to the squadron. And you're like one of the few people that knows me. Quick story. The boss was looking for me one day in the building, and it was she and Sergeant Tate. And the boss was like, "Hey, have you seen Sergeant York?" They're like, "You should probably somewhere praying." You know, like, and I was like, "Yo, they get me." So I absolutely appreciate that. So our next week for being a photographer, you're my number one choice. And I recommended you by name. I was like, I want Sergeant Nesby to do it. To our AV guy, Sergeant Yates, he hounded me all day today, like, "Hey, so what are you gonna do? Videos, no videos? How you want this to be?" And I appreciate that. And even to Sergeant Vaughn for answering Portugal numbers outside of duty hours, as he often does. And he stashed away the gift for me. To my Centurion family, the 65th Air Base Squadron, I really appreciate you guys coming out just to spend this time with me and my wife. I know I have 2 or 3 minutes maybe, so I try to keep this quick. I was kind of confused about what I wanted to talk about. Colonel Hartman, "Hey, you ready for your speech yet?" I was like, "No, I haven't even started. I got 2 sentences. Are you ready?" I wanted to cry so I can find a reason to get off the stage, but that's not happening. My tear ducts are all dried up. But if I had to sum it up, I'll say it was worth it. Everything that we go through, we don't understand why or what we're going through. We never understand who could benefit from the things that we do go through. We don't understand who could benefit from the things that are good or bad. Do I want to talk about my career? The commander, he did a fabulous job talking about that. Do I want to talk about the things that I've been through? They always say that you don't become a chief by just having a clean record. And I would tell you, my record is not clean. And even what I've learned is that even when you're married, so for you, Colonel Hartman, for you, Chief P, and all the other married people, you're still not gonna know everything about your spouse. And so when me and my wife have conversations, and she was like, "And you're still in? And you're still a chief?" And I was just like, "I'm blessed," right? But in all seriousness, the stripe isn't about me. I always learned that you don't get anywhere by yourself. There's always going to be the help, and not necessarily the backs of other people, but the assistance of other people. May it even be good, bad, whether they carry you, help you along. It's not just me. So my promotion, there's no testament of how good I am or anything good that I've done, but it's the testament of those who have pushed me, who have allowed me to make mistakes and grow. It's a testament of you guys trusting me to be a leader. And even as the top 1%, that's nothing that I take for granted. I didn't take for granted still being in the Air Force after 4 years, so I would never take for granted what I'm entrusted to do now, which is lead you guys. So I'm grateful to have been at this promotion ceremony with you guys. And I have to give honor to my wife. She's been my best friend, even through all the things that I've been through, that I've gone through. I didn't care who knew it. I didn't care if my commander knew it, my first sergeant, my chief. I just didn't want John Drea to know it because she was always my safe space. She was always that person that was going to keep me on track to where I needed to be. So I implore that with you guys. I don't know if you guys trust me as a safe space, but I do give that to you and offer that to you, that I am your safe space. Whatever it is that you need, what you're going through, this stripe is to make sure that you get whatever it is that you need, whatever it is that you want. Wherever you're trying to go, this is to help you get to where you're trying to be. I'm all about the airmen. I take no credit for nothing that I've done. But I do want to give everything back to you that I've accomplished. And that's my goal, that's my promise, that's my vow, not just to you all, but to the Air Force as a whole. I've heard 10 minutes before I came to my ceremony is that there's no crying in baseball. So before I do that, I say thank you, I love you, and I humbly accept this Chief Master Sergeant stripe on your behalf.
Thank you, Chief York. Colonel Hartman, would you like to offer some words?
Yeah, just a couple. One. Stand up here. Congratulations. Just wanted to share that with you. So for everybody, they keep using the number of 1%, but if you quantify that down to a number, there's approximately about 370-ish as we continue to draw down thousands of people. You take the enlisted force, it's about 250-ish or whatever, so 1% of that, you're looking at approximately about 2,500 or so people in the entire Air Force, and Chief York is now one of them. That says a lot right there for the trust that the Air Force has, the ability of the people to help, as he said, get him to that. That is a phenomenal accomplishment, and being 1% of the enlisted force, so as was mentioned in 1958 when they started abolishing the warrant officers and they started giving the responsibilities to the seniors, he is already operating well above the weight of what that was designed for back in 1958. And now you're a product of all of those people who came before you, all those famous chiefs, all those everything. You are now standing among them. And I could not be more proud to share the stage with you for being that top 1%. That is a phenomenal accomplishment. And I look forward to seeing what you're going to do more. And as you highlighted, you could not get there without the help of his family. So thank you for allowing him to be with us and to help him help us in the future for what we're going to do. Because you enabled him, and I'm very honored to be in your presence as well. So you ready to do that, lead that charge?
I'm ready, sir.
Have these people go everything and just follow you? When you say
sir.
take that hill, everyone's going to follow you?
Just follow us, come on.
I'm ready to follow them myself. So, but no, I just want to offer my congratulations to you, Chief, and to your family as well. So, anyways, I will stop talking because I have to do less than what you were supposed to do. So, anyways, but no, I'm proud, Chief. So, thank you.
Thank you, Colonel Hardeman. Representing here today are airmen from across Lajes field. We ask that you please stand for the playing of the Air Force song. Following the Air Force song, please come forward and formally congratulate Chief Master Sergeant York and John Drea. And please join us, feel free to join us for cake and refreshments. Thank you, everyone, for showing your support to our newest promotee. Chief, let the lead us off.
Into the sun, here they come to meet our thunder. Attaboy, give it a gun, give it a gun. Now we got spotting our flames from under, off with one hell of a roll. We live in fame, go down in flames. Hey, nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force. Stay right there.